I want the magic stick! And by the way, despite Slong Goku holding the power pole in this cover, he never uses it once in this movie. That's not just a problem with Big Green's cover, the original Japanese one did that too. Anyway, let's talk some more Big Green. Super Battle in the World, also more commonly known as the Tree of Might, is the Dragon Ball Z movie I think I've seen the most, and it only has 5 different English releases. It actually first aired in English, split into 3 episodes during the original Saban Ocean run of the show. The DBZ DVDs of the first 3 movies were a bit different though. While still being produced by Funimation and dubbed by Ocean Studios, these were released through Pioneer. The Pioneer DVDs were uncut, so they contained some mildly harsher language, the script stayed closer to the original Japanese dialogue, and they featured the original Japanese music. And having the original Japanese music is all it takes for it to be a good dub, which is why the AB Group's Big Green dub also uses the Japanese music.
What is this? I thought you were dead. I couldn't die knowing you're still alive.
Big Green's the best! Funimation eventually got the English rights for the first 3 movies from Pioneer so they could do their own dub with their in-house team. And if you want a different flavor of silly English dub, there's also the Speedy dub. These are the Malaysian English Dragon Ball dubs put out by Speedy video distributors, and they exist mostly for people that think the Big Green dub is just too good.
So I can understand why High Dragon is afraid of him. Oh no! Ah!
Well, tell me your wish. I will grant only one wish.
So the English TV version of the Tree of Might used the Shuki Levy music originally composed for other episodes of the DBZ dub. And while a lot of the Ocean voice cast between the 2 dubs stayed the same, some did change by the time they did the DVD version. So Ian James Corlett voiced Goku on the TV version, but it was Peter Kamalis as Goku on the DVD.
Take this, Turles! A gift from the Earth! Ugh, Turles, I'll never forgive you! And now, eat this!
But most importantly, we have David Gassman as Goku in Big Green.
Now you'll answer for all the evil you caused. Here, take this!
And least importantly, we have Oh No as Goku in Speedy.
I can forgive you. Take this!
And of course, we have Sean Schemmel as Goku in the Funimation dub.
Take this, Turles! A gift from the Earth!
Alec Willows was Oolong in the TV dub, but Scott McNeil voiced the shape-shifting pig on the DVD.
Gohan, what kind of outfit is that? Gohan, what kind of getup is that?
And apparently it was old Gassman giving Oolong the gas in Big Green.
Why are you wearing that disguise, Gohan?
I'm surprised Mr. Magic Stick could actually pull off more than one distinct voice. And, oh no, reprises Pigbert and Speedy.
Gohan, what kind of style is that?
Ian James Corlett was also originally Master Roshi in the Ocean dub, but Don Brown took over the role later.
Yeah, nice job. I'm glad to see you finally put some of that old noggin to good use.
Good thing, or else Goku might have ended up flying through space with Turles.
And it was the man himself, Ed Marcus, who gave Roshi life in Big Green.
He and Talus would be out there destroying one planet after another, and probably this one first of all.
And here's Speedy's whatever.
If he hasn't hit his head, he might have played havoc with their respect for me a league.
And why am I going over all these different versions? I don't know, because I want to. Time for more! One of the funniest things on the TV release of this movie, and something that would fit right in with my early funny censorship of DBZ video, is that they did another digital paint edit to remove Turles' hands from forcing Gohan's eyes open so that he'll look at the fake moonlight and transform into an Ozaru.
Let's see what you're made of, kid.
Obviously, someone's face is going to look kind of messed up if it's being manipulated by someone's hands, so if you just remove the hands, they'll just have a messed up face. And why this had to be edited is anyone's guess. Just makes Gohan look stupid for not closing his eyes. It's also extra silly when you realize that a shot of Turles forcing Gohan's eyes open was in the original DBZ intro, which this censored version of the movie opened with. Like most Big Green versions, they changed the title to something slightly awkward and not very distinct, so Tree of Might became Super Battle in the World, not to be confused with Strongest Guy in the World. So, there's actually two different versions of the Big Green title card on the movie. One just adds Super Battle in the World under the Japanese title, and the other cuts the pan across and just starts on a freeze frame with their English title. The Pioneer release did the same thing as the first Big Green title card, adding Tree of Might under the Japanese title. Apparently, Funimation in 2006 still couldn't get a clean version of this opening when they did their last dub, so they just put black behind their title. The one with the most effort was actually the Saban TV version, as they broke out the digital paint again to scrub off the Japanese title and add theirs with a funny CG growing tree. If you look closely, you can see the fade back into the normal footage after this ends. Now, I'm not going to go over every change, of course, but I do want to go over some of these bits and how some of the line changes affect the mood and story. Super Battle in the World, or Tree of Might, opens with Krillin, Bulma, Oolong, and Gohan camping. Kinda seems like a bit of a random grouping. Of course, them minus Oolong would all take a trip to Namek together, but that should be happening right now, so Goku doesn't even have the excuse of being dead or on the way to Namek himself for not coming, since this is in the weird movie continuity. So Oolong gets some soot on his face, which is varying degrees of funny according to the different dubs.
What?
It's not that funny.
Hi, guys.
Krillin and Bulma must have already had a few drinks in the Funimation dub, and sadly enough, I think Big Green did it better there.
Sorry to be late. Oh.
Nice audition for Dingo Pictures, Gohan.
It must have been hard to walk with that backpack.
All that weight would get hard on
What have you got in it anyway? This is for learning my lessons while sleeping. Mom recorded them on cassette.
This is another part where, sadly, Big Green does a better job than some of the other dubs, as sometimes the supposedly smart Gohan doesn't know what a tape player is.
Oh, and this weird machine that's supposed to make me smarter while I'm sleeping.
And this weird machine that's supposed to make me smarter when I'm sleeping?
And his study tapes.
Jeez, even barely coherent Speedy Gohan knows what an audio tape is.
Come on, we're not going camping in a tropical jungle.
Well, you look prepared, and that is a nice outfit, but it is a little much. Hey, are you kidding? You look like a midget pack mule.
Wow, so the supposedly ultra cleaned up version for TV is the one with the word that actually be considered offensive these days. Screw that up, Saban Ball Z. Anyway, a probe sent by the villain of the movie Turles crashes on Earth to see if this is a good tree planting zone and kind of ironically causes a forest fire.
Fire! Oh no! I just want to get out of here. I don't care about the rest. Go ahead. With our powers, we can extinguish it. Huh? We can try.
What Clearin is trying to say is...
Gohan, use your power to blow out the fire!
This scene of them using their energy to put out the fire is one I rather like in Dragon Ball, because it's nice when you get to see them use their powers for something other than fighting all the time. Like, it'd be great if the power went out at Goku's and Chi-Chi Gum to Kamehameha the lights back on. Not my Clearin and company, put the fire out, but not before the forest is pretty wrecked.
This stinks.
So they decide to wish the forest back to life with the Dragon Balls because they just love using wishes randomly in these early Dragon Ball movies. This does lead to a unique version of the intro showing them collecting all the Dragon Balls in it, which is kinda neat. Also kinda funny though, this intro shows them meeting up with Tien and Chaozu, but I guess they sent them back home right after they collected all the Dragon Balls.
Is that okay? As a matter of fact, it isn't.
Guess this was lucky for the TV version since that just used the regular Rock the Dragon intro and Tien would just randomly have been there had they not told him to get lost. I guess also to sort of cover for this, Bulma acts like they already just had a wish in the can.
Why don't we try to call the Eternal Dragon?
Huh? You want to use your wish?
This makes it seem like they just went camping with all the Dragon Balls. Can never be too prepared, I guess. As the Saban version of DBZ tended to do a lot, they edited some of these scenes, though in this Eternal Dragon bit, they added extra bits of Shenron explaining who he is and how the wishes work.
I am the Eternal Dragon. I will grant one wish.
Thanks, Saban. You know, I always hear people saying, I wish Dragon Ball Z repeated itself more often. This movie is the introduction to Gohan's little dragon pal Icarus, who mostly just shows up in the odd movie continuity, though he did appear in some filler episodes of Z, including one of the best filler episodes ever where Goku and Piccolo try to get their driver's licenses.
What is your wish? But think carefully, because whatever it is, I can grant only one wish.
Senile old man Eternal Dragon is clearly the best dragon.
This dragon is pretty impressive.
Would you mind putting the forest back the way it was before the fire, Mr. Dragon?
That is very easy for me. Your wish has been granted. Goodbye forever.
Goodbye forever? Guess Clearin should have thought harder about the one crystal ball wish they'd ever be allowed to make.
Master Turles, our onboard computer says Earth must be able to support life.
He's not Turles in Big Green, he's Miles Turles Prower.
Watch it!
Oh shit!
So Turles usually sounds a bit youthful in these dubs, but here he's being voiced by the old bastard who just gave us senile Shenron, Ed Marcus.
I'm not surprised. We sent him down to Earth in a space capsule.
By the way, that was Turles' response to Earth being able to support life. He's not surprised again because they sent him down in a space capsule. Think it's time to retire, old man Turles. Anyway, Chi-Chi is cooking Goku and Gohan for dinner, I guess.
You know this dragon?
Sure, he's my new friend. I told you about him.
It's a nightmare.
He's kind of cool, isn't he?
Right, real cool.
Just like me, right? I'm cool.
Right, real cool.
I feel burnt like I was just cooked in a barrel.
Gohan, I'd rather you didn't hang around with dragons.
But dragon's in the title of our show. That's not fair.
Whoa, what's the big deal anyway?
It's not done.
You can't even set a good example for your son. All you do is play. Well, now that's over.
Finished. Play another game. Okay.
Alright, this is just stupid. Let's check in on something serious. Yamcha.
Pretty nice, huh?
It's a great ship. It's pretty.
I had to go into debt for 15 years to get it.
You might think this is the Big Green dub being silly, but this is actually quite accurate.
How do you like the new ship, War?
Oh, it's terrific.
I had to take out a 15-year loan, but it was worth it.
However, the TV, Ocean, and Funimation dubs omit this detail, which really hurts the punchline when it gets blown up.
Just wait till they see me show up in this.
Oh, it's always great when they beat up on Yamcha.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
I'm getting negative vibes.
Most peculiar. I feel an evil force nearby.
Sure, but what if the scene was just about Big Green being annoyed that it's too noisy?
There's no peace and quiet anymore. How can I meditate in these conditions?
Yeah.
I'll plant the seed here. I hope it will bear fruit quickly.
I love how Scott McNeil used his Dinobot voice for this guy on the Pioneer version.
And with all of our powers us united, no one will stop us. We will have no equal.
I would never have chosen this planet to plant the seed of our sacred tree. If only the space capsule had been destroyed before landing on Earth, it would have saved me a lot of trouble.
I'm annoyed about something that doesn't make sense. Turles is supposed to be happy that the Earth is a good match for growing his silly suck the planet of all energy tree, and relieved that Goku failed in wrecking the planet like was the intention when the Saiyans sent him here as a baby. So yeah, the big green dub wasn't even close there.
Emergency. Please evacuate the city in an orderly manner. Emergency. Please evacuate the city in an orderly manner.
Of course, the citywide evacuation is just a normal Sunday procedure.
Now, Tree of Might is a fairly decent Dragon Ball movie in my opinion, but one of the things that hurts it is there are just too many slow shots of the tree growing or just sitting there. You could establish the mightiness of this tree with about half of these.
Now I'll spend the rest of my life paying for that pile of ashes.
That'll teach you to buy an expensive spaceship like that. I suppose you wanted it to impress all the girls.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh.
You had to buy the expensive ship, didn't you?
Oh, shit!
Gohan will be catching up on homework for tomorrow.
Hey, what about my giving you a little help, huh?
No, it's better if he works all alone.
Ah, damn it, Big Green. You didn't really land the punchline on that Yamcha joke, so let's go over to the best version of it from the Pioneer version.
As long as Gohan gets his studies done, that's all that matters to me.
Well, you know, I can read. Perhaps I could help Gohan with his studies.
I don't want him to turn out like you.
If you all do not disturb Gohan, then you all can stay here forever.
And I can teach him his study.
That is what I'm worried about most.
Hey, I can help Gohan with his schoolwork.
That's exactly what I'm afraid of.
Come on, I can totally help Gohan with his schoolwork.
That's exactly what I'm afraid of.
Thanks a lot, you guys.
Sometimes Funimation really doesn't know when to let characters shut up. Actually, I disagree. Anytime you don't see their mouths, shove more words in.
He seems nervous. He's not usually like that.
He makes me nervous.
Wrong emphasis, Chai Chai. There's another added bit about King Kai saying it'll be hard to get Goku's attention because he's eating in the Saban version.
Oh, great! Goku's eating! It's gonna be really hard to get his attention! Goku!
Goku? What is it, Majesty?
Well, you see, I forgot to take my medication this morning, and I'm in a real bad mood. Maybe you should do some reading. Of course, Majesty. I understand perfectly.
An evil plant called the Sacred Tree has chosen our planet to take root and grow.
Ooh, the Tree of Might upgraded. It's sacred now. Though that does kind of fit.
Now, in the past, only the one chosen to replace God was allowed to partake of the tree's fruit.
Well, that certainly was a weird way to put it.
Shinrei tree?
Originally, the one who is allowed to eat its fruit is only God. Once the Shinrei tree's plant begins to have fruit, it will absorb all the nourishment of the land.
Well, that clearens that up. Again, the most accurate version of the line is on the Pioneer DVD.
The Tree of Might. It's a tree that has grown to bear fruit for the gods.
Though the Saban version and the Funimation one, which is based on that original Saban script, both confusingly say the fruit is for the Eternal Dragon.
Its fruit was originally intended only for the Eternal Dragon. Its fruit was originally intended only for the Eternal Dragon.
When does the Eternal Dragon ever get to eat this fruit from an alien tree? I do rather like the Tree of Death nickname King Kai gives it in these dubs.
The tree has also been known as the Tree of Death. It is called the Tree of Death by some.
It's funny he was allowed to call it the Tree of Death in the Saban TV one, considering they're well into next dimensioning people by then.
I like to call it the Tree of the Next Dimension.
There's got to be something we can do.
I'm sorry, Goku. I'm afraid this is the end of planet Earth.
But why do we have to do anything about it, King Kai?
Goku, were you hit over the head as a child? Oh, yeah.
With the minerals in our bodies, we'll at last be completely indestructible.
I always wanted to be rich.
Yeah, we'll kill everyone till we're rich.
All this thanks to the fruit of the sacred tree? No, thanks to my idiot brother.
Alright, this is an interesting bit they've added here, and it's one I really don't blame AB Group for doing. Turles looks almost exactly like Goku, just he likes hitting the tanning booth a bit more. Now, this is the only English version of the movie to have it stated that Turles is Goku's brother, but it was stated in some other language versions as well to try and explain why they look so similar. There were also some conflicting supplemental materials about Turles' relation to Goku.
You think I resemble Kakarot? Of course. We are both lower-class Saiyan warriors, and there's only a few types like us.
Now, that would only really make sense if the Saiyans were a bunch of clones. But nothing else really supports this, and we know Goku and Raditz had a mother and father, and also Raditz wasn't a Goku look-alike. The intention with Turles a bit is to kind of show how Goku could have ended up had he not hit his head and forgotten the take over the Earth orders from the Saiyans. But they could have done this in a much better way. What if Turles was just Kakarot from another timeline? That would have made him much more interesting and would have been an actual good reason for him to look just like Goku. Just have it so the Earth had been ruined by him in his dimension, so he finds a way to this timeline to try and plant the tree. This also could have given an interesting dynamic between him and Gohan, as he now would be the son he never had. I'm probably putting too much thought into this.
Never seen anything so ugly.
It's just a giant tree clearing. Pioneer, again, has my favorite take on this line.
The Eternal Dragon restored the forest for nothing.
Yup, it's almost like we could have cut that entire bit and instead had a more interesting backstory for Turles. Just saying.
You came up here for nothing. Their power is really extraordinary.
What the shit? Is that really an okay voice for Tien?
As a matter of fact, it isn't.
Hey guys, take me seriously.
You're the ones who destroyed my spacecraft, aren't you? Now I have to pay my whole life in for nothing.
That's our Yamcha!
I thought we weren't friends.
Well, we're not. I'm gonna eat you.
I want you to pay and quit.
Oh, sure. Will you take a check?
We are the Twilight Twins. We always win.
We'll see about that.
I just can't even with you, Big Green Tien.
Magnetic discs!
Magnetic discs? How do those work? Calm it down, Clearin'. Anyway, it's time for the real battle with Yamcha.
Just what I thought. The boy has real talent. Dad? Yes, almost.
Why are you disguised to look like my dad?
It should be no surprise that he and I are practically identical. We come from the same world.
There's just a barrel of Gokus on our homeworld.
Who are you?
I am Turles.
No, you're not.
He's not Turles?
You have a tail?
Yes, that's right. My name is Talis.
I used to be Tails, but that was so a few minutes ago. Maybe I've just forgotten my name. I am very easily confused.
Let go!
Let go! Ah!
Who the hell are you? Put the boy down now. What if I refuse to obey? Then you die.
What are you supposed to be?
I'm everything you fear.
Stop it, you're scaring me.
Who are you? Take your hand off from Gohan. What are you going to do if I refuse? I'm not kidding!
Answer me. Who are you?
It's Big Green!
Yes, it's what we've all come here for, Big Green.
Let that child alone.
You said it, Big Green.
No doubt you're wondering what it is. It's a ball of fire.
And we all know Saiyans transform under the ball of fire.
Hey kid, do you know what this is? It's the moon.
Well, that's kinda weird phrasing.
Now split and get mixed!
Oddly enough, the Saban version states this a bit better for once.
What do you say we have a little fun now? See how you react to artificial moonlight. Moonblast explode!
This is yet another instance where it's very clear which script the Funimation dub was based off of.
Moonblast explode!
That is the way to use, where you are strongly conscious that you are the Saya people.
Oh, right. He's the Saya people. I understand.
That's right, everyone of my race can become a giant gorilla. I'm truly sorry, little one, but I have to have a clear conscience.
Nothing gives you a clearer conscience than being able to turn into a giant gorilla. Again with the nonsense clear conscience thing. Turles or Talas or whoever he is will have as clear a conscience as Oolong.
I just wanted to have a clear conscience.
And now, once and for all, you will rid me of that idiot.
Well, that's harsh.
What have you done to my son?
Never mind, it's apt.
You mind your own business.
Not the mind your own business beam! Oh!
Out of the way!
But just wait till he learns Out of the Way, God Super Saiyan Out of the Way version 3.
Gohan is going to eliminate his own father. Good, I don't have to. Don't worry about your son, I promise. I'll take care of him. You aren't going to be around to protect him.
Are you losing it, Turles Talas?
That kid had killed his father, and now you're a real Sayas. Kakarot.
Beaten up by your own son, huh, Kakarot?
Beaten up by your own son, huh, Kakarot?
Son kills father. That's so Saiyan.
This is another good example of how a line tweak strengthens or weakens a moment. It's especially silly that the later Funimation script didn't retweak these lines to give them back their better impact.
You fools! It's time for you to die!
Die, you fool!
Go to blazes!
Go to blazes? I believe you mean go to HFIL.
Hey, listen! Gohan and I are not Saiyans! We are Earthlings! I raised him to know the difference between good and evil! Unlike some people!
The strong rejection of his Saiyan heritage and calling himself an Earthling is again dialogue that means a lot more than just a generic good versus evil speech. Goku steals Clearance Magnetic Disc move to cut off Gohan's tail, and how many times does that tail need to be cut off anyway? There's a botched censor of naked Gohan here on the TV version as they accidentally still have his dick in the shot. They should have just added that bush they painted in at the ending here as well, I guess. But just as long as it doesn't have apples on it, then it would have to be censored too.
You have to save the Earth, otherwise I'll turn it into a hot desert.
Saving the Earth will have to wait. First, I have to save you, son.
This is another line too where the impact it has changes a lot version to version.
There was a big monkey and he started smashing into things.
Gohan!
You did a good job today.
Please, Daddy, you just gotta save the Earth.
Gohan! I'm not sure about the Earth, but I'm gonna make sure I save you.
Anyway, who wants to ride the DBZ Ferris wheel?
And then, I'll take care of you!
You're the shame of our people.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am an Earthman.
It really is kind of sad when Big Green gets some of these things right.
Kakarot, you are a disgrace to all Saiyans.
My name is not Kakarot. It's Goku!
Here's a part I just dislike in the movie in general, though. Krillin and Co. lost to Turles' idiot gang. Like, seriously? Goku has to beat all of them, too? You couldn't give them a small win?
Goku, I am prepared to forgive you.
I don't want your forgiveness.
No, in fact, it's Goku who makes it very clear how he'll never forgive Turles in the Pioneer dub, which is a silly thing that always stuck with me.
Turles, I'll never forgive you! It's over, Turles, and I won't forgive you!
It's over, Ermac, and I'll never forgive you!
I realized that it was a good thing I banged my head as a baby. Otherwise, I'd have become a monster like you.
This really is one of the better themes of this movie, and again, some of the dubs kept changing the lines about how Goku could have turned out this way.
You know, I'm glad I was hit on the head when I was a baby, or else I would have turned out just like you!
Once I eat that fruit, my power level will be like nothing you've ever seen.
Even now, the Tree of Might is draining the energy from your planet, sucking the land dry, ripening its fruit for me.
Don't think that you can destroy this world easily.
Turles, or whoever he is, finally eats a piece of fruit from the tree, and it's kinda underwhelming. I feel like there could have been some kind of more impressive power-up to sell this magic fruit instead of just making Turles toot. Though, Turles does deflect a spirit bomb from Goku, making him one of the only people to manage that one. However, since the spirit bomb move uses energy from the planet, and that's already been zapped by the tree, it was an incredibly weak spirit bomb.
Lower class warrior.
Aren't you one too, Turles?
Power at maximum!
Well, that's a funny way to say Kaioken, and here's all the other ways to pronounce it.
Kaioken! Up to 10 times!
Kaioken! Times 10!
Kaioken times 20!
Kaioken! Times 10!
Goku, wake up!
We're all counting on you.
Big Green.
And we're all counting on you, Big Green!
Have courage.
You're all here.
And we're all with you.
Oh shit, I forgot about Muppet Tien. I'm dead. So, apparently in the TV version dub, Turles got some spoilers and already knew what a spirit bomb was.
What? A spirit bomb?
This is one of the parts of the movie where the soundtrack really stands out to me, as I love the music they use while the spirit bomb's being charged up.
What's this? Goku couldn't find enough power to form a spirit bomb to defeat Turles. Now, we're dead for sure.
There wasn't enough energy left in the earth because so much had already been sucked up by that stupid tree of might.
This ending is a little repetitive as Goku forms another spirit bomb, but this time is able to tap into the stolen energy from the Tree of Might. I do rather like the sort of gunslinger showdown Goku has with Turles this last time, though. Oh, interesting theory.
What is this? I thought you were dead.
I couldn't die knowing you're still alive.
This oddly shoots Turles up the tree. Or it shoots turtles up the tree, because almost every time while writing the script, I'd put turtles first instead of Turles. After the Tree of Might explodes, Big Green, like the original Japanese version, has the explosion be silent when it cuts to space. The wrecked tree returns all of its stolen energy to the Earth and the beings on it, except for Chaosu. And why did it zap energy from the wildlife, but all the humans seemed okay?
I guess it was a good thing that Goku isn't at all like Talus.
The thing is, they're alike physically, but when it comes to right and wrong, they're opposites.
Did Goku just forget that he's Goku? Funimation makes the last bit of dialogue about Goku fighting with his head again instead of talking about the bump he took as a kid again, kind of undermining the theme.
You always did tell me that fighting with my head is what wins the battle.
You should see the size of the scar I got on my head from that fall.
Alright, so I've gathered the crystal floaty brain cubes. The other 5 are off screen. I definitely have 7 of these. And that's what the show's called, right? Crystal Cube Z. Anyway, Old Man Shenron, why are these big green dubs so inane?
That's the tradition.
Really? That's the only reason? Well, could you fix these dubs so they make more sense?
That is very easy for me.
Okay. So, can you do it then?
Goodbye forever.
Don't know what else I should have expected.
I don't like this movie, doesn't look too friendly. This bootleg is so fake, that toy is gonna break. Famous, don't let me down, you need to be around. Grab that chocolate pizza, I even like it cause I want Fail us, so fail us. Bring a multi-comedy. Fail us, so fail us. An animation movie. Fail us, so fail us. What really is so fun? Fail us, so fail us. What's your opinion about?
Get your free Dragon Ball Z color poster. I hope it's not too late.